miserable, miserable day. It's a miserable day. But I'm still here. So we have one sheet. We have two sheets. That's a song. The song is in the title. Very good morning to you. Why Newcastle United? I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in. So, the song title is Why NUFC. Why? And it's going to hit like a freight train. Boosh! There's a reason why it's going to hit like a freight train. The people of the Northeast are very passionate. Very, very passionate people. Why Newcastle United? We are almost there. A brand new season is almost here. What's going on? I see fellow YouTube channels being distorted. Why is this happening now? Why are we feeling so low? What's going on? Alexander Isaac. What's going on? Don't treat us like children. we pay to worship. Why? Newcastle United. Why? European nights, they're coming. European nights are coming. Geordie's singing in Europe. You can't bottle that. Geordie passion for our players. So don't treat us like children. Our squad is thin, so fix it now. Or you crush our dreams. Stand up if you love the tune. Tune, black and white army. Shout it out till your lungs burst. Tune, black and white army. Don't crush our dreams. This is our passion. Don't crush it. Sing for the people who have no voice. One city, one club. Newcastle United forever. For those of us tattooed, we're branded. Don't treat us like children. Why? NUFC. There we go. So that is why Newcastle United and that is, you know, I was watching this morning, young Matty, and the other day I mentioned him again, same as Adam Pearson, yeah? Why? Right, like I said, we're passionate. We're a passionate people. Football is in our heart. Sport is in our heart. Whether, you know, we're going to the races, whether we're going to rugby at Kingston Park, or whether we're going to St James's Park, it's passion, man. Right there. Smacks you straight in the heart. Or it should do. And the song to the club is why. Why am I looking at a fellow YouTube channel who looks like someone just robbed him? Why? Because this, that, and the other fix the mess. Now, it's 27 people here. Thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. 3 likes. Well, yeah. Every YouTube channel suffers the same problem. People come in, they have their word, and what they don't realise is this, yeah? YouTube's a business. It's a business. End of. Rock, stop, and barrel. Yeah? It's a business. That means to those who are fortunate, yeah, those who are fortunate, Adam Pearson, Steve Wraith of NUFC Matters, Matty Renton, Lee Lawler of Newcastle Fans TV, Chris from Gallagher Shots, Eddie H from Tyneside Life, and the Magpie Review, which is another channel, Black and White Eyes, another channel, Paul Ditchburn, The Toon Review, every single one of us who is fortunate. It's a business. We all do our own thing. Yeah. Some have very successful podcasts where thousands and thousands tune in. But they all do the same thing, every single one of them. Like Loaded Mark NUFC, was it last night or was it the night before, had Ben Jacobs, who is a friend of Steve Wraith. Yeah. And there's many of us. We are growing. We are talking about the badge right there. Kiss the badge. Because we worship. We worship because we want to dream of our club lifting a trophy in our lifetime. And that's happened. That happened when we went to London the second time to play the champions. And we beat them. So we've done it once. Can we do it again? And, you know, songs like, Are You Brave Enough? Right? What's the guts of the song? Are you brave enough? Yeah? The guts matter. I'll get to chat shortly. But what's the core of Are You Brave Enough? Well, if you go onto the pitch, the hallowed pitch at St. James's Park, you got to be brave enough. Now, in my song, Alexander Isak, training by himself, not on the plane to Singapore or Seoul in Korea. What is going on? You know, the first YouTuber I came across today was Matty Renton, and he's not a happy lad. Matty is approaching the same targets that Adam Pearson, who has 59,000. I can only dream of 59,000 subscribers. I can only dream of that. But I have something in my arsenal they don't have. Yeah? You know what is in my arsenal because you're here. But what I don't want to see what I don't want to see is any of my fellow Newcastle United YouTube channels distraught. That Newcastle United is wrong. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, I've got a little issue just here. I think the left side of my glasses is a little bit tight. Get back to the tune ASAP. I was sat near Geordie Josh. Oh, hold on. I was sat near Geordie Josh at Celtic, and he does good. Yes, he does. He does brilliant. That young kid is wicked, man. I think he's on 12k. I think. Yeah, but he does good stuff. Adam P. met him loads and loads of times. Eddie H. met him. John Sinclair TV met him. Spoke to Paul Ditchburn of Tune Review, Stacks. Same as PD Proudlock. Another good kid, you know. But my songs, they're right there. That's where they're from. Richie, how you do? Off to Saudi. Oh my Lord. Why? Maybe it was me saying 200 million. Maybe. I don't know. Because, I think I was one of the first YouTube channels to turn around and say, get him signed up to 200 million. Right, so right, to Corby Trouser Press 7700, who's saying, get back up north then. I'd refrain from referring to them as your fellow. Let me just enlighten you. Let me do this. This is easier. Watch and learn. Where is it? There it is. Light bulb moment. Corby Trouser Press 7700. If a person is on YouTube, you're watching YouTube. Right? You're watching me. And that's my point. Daz is saying, I was next to Adam P at Birmingham. Also a few home games. He does good. Yes, he does. Yes. Adam, the time when Adam interviewed me, I said to him that I'd put a bet on top 4, and he just stood back and he went, what? And I went, I've put a bet on £10, and the money is going to them over there, which was West End Food Bank outside of Sheila's. And I've spoken to him quite a few times since. Up at St James's, where in a month, hopefully, we'll meet again. So, when I reference a fellow YouTube channel here, you're watching YouTube. You're watching my channel talk about their channel. And like I was saying in my post, the core of what I'm doing, several people, including one of the biggest, Steve Wraith. I said to Steve Wraith in the Dog and Parrot, and at the time he was on 27,000 subscribers, and I went, he was doing tickets for something, and we're standing next to each other in the Dog and Parrot, family standing just beside us. I'm looking in the direction of club legend Malcolm McDonald. Love to shake his hand. Love to. But I said to Steve when he was at 27,000, you're going to hit 52. You're going to do that. And like I said to Adam P the other day, Adam Pearson, in a message, he's going to hit 100,000. You don't have to believe it. You know, you don't have to believe that, outside there, the sky is green. No, you don't. I'm just telling you. I'm informing you before Adam Pearson, Matty Renton, Rubenstein, and others hit 100,000 subscribers. They're going to hit it. So basically, you've heard it here first. Right, what we've got? What was that? Daz. Why do you give advice? You are the smallest. I'm also 58 years of age, Daz. I've been around the block and I've done the extended tour. I've got the t-shirt, and one of the hardest things I learned a long time ago, YouTube is like climbing a mountain. Only problem is nobody gives you any safety equipment. The mountain's there in front of you. It's your choice to climb it and reach the top. And what have you seen here on my channel? What have you seen? Apps is what you've seen. You can dissect and trisect the apps till you go different colours in the face. What you can't do is take that away, because it's there. And people like some people turn around and say to me, years and years ago, when I was sharing across all social media, including Twitter, before Elon came in and bought the company, I've seen many people on there get ripped to shreds. Why? Why is that? Because a mate told a mate who told another mate that person's bad. So that mate who told that mate who told the other mate believes it. Believe what's in front of you, what you can see with your own eyes. And then, if you believe what you can see with your own eyes, next time your mate turns running and goes, I didn't trust that kid, man, didn't trust him, you can turn around and say, no, sorry, I've seen what can be done. And that's the simplest thing in the world. Anybody can turn around and say, na 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 na. Don't trust, don't do this, don't do that, don't do the other. Some people follow what their mates say, and some people have got a backbone. So, yeah. All of these people mentioned in this live and in previous lives, they all deserve the opportunity to hit 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers. Yeah. They all do. Every single one of them. Because they got passion. It runs through Geordie veins. It must do. Because growing up and going to St James's Park, getting drenched to the bone. But that feeling of leaving St James's Park when we've won and talking about that for the next 7 days, you can't buy that. Which is why I was saying Geordie's singing on European shores, like I sang the first time round. Having over 1,000 people marching down the street singing. That's beautiful. And if it's more than 1,000, that's a chorus. But where the club's going, we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody has a Scooby-Doo. By the way, that's a cartoon character from a very famous show. But we don't know, are we staying at St James's Park? Or are we building a new stadium? We have one lad, Anthony Alanga, who he's met everybody, and now one of the people who he shook his hand, Alexander Isak, his international teammate, could be going somewhere else. Why? Strange. Very strange. And what makes it worse, no communication. Lardo, guess what? This morning I posted an article this morning on Facebook. The article is from Forbes magazine. Now, Forbes magazine only covers big business. Lardo. Yeah? Big business. Lovable.dev was in that article because people are starting to realize. Now, there are issues. There's no back end until a few days' time. Then Superbase bolts to Lovable. So you get the front end and you get the back end, and then you get the domain. Now, we already know the domain, don't we? Yeah, we already know it. It's www.seeking-u.org. But that's not a back end. Sorry to tell you, Bert, sorry to burst your bubble. Very, very sorry, because you're a mod. But it is a back end. Do you want proof? Do you really want proof? Because I'll show you proof. It's in my videos. There is a thing on the dashboard. Yeah, your dashboard at Superbase. And that is SQL, which is just the same as an Excel spreadsheet. Just a little bit different. I know that because I've seen videos of how to create my SQL, which I didn't go down that route. You have to build the back end. Got you. Fully with you there. Fully. So I have to put in all of the information of all of the different sections, components. I get that. And then once they are all pumped into Superbase, they are all aligned up, then there is a SQL and there is a database. You have to code the entire thing, which is 99% of the site. Well, I'm going to say to those people at Superbase, how? How does a person with a postage stamp of information do that? I'll ask them today. I'll send them a message today and say, can you please help? I have been told I have to put all of the information in from the database, the SQL, myself, and it has to be in code. So how do I achieve that? But thank you for telling me. Thank you. You see, as you said, adult learning. Yeah. They will tell you to hire a web developer. Well, that's what Lovable, that's their department. They do the front end. So that's their department. So I'll message them as well. But my point is this. When I lived in Newcastle upon Tyne, did I ever believe I would be speaking about this? The answer is no. But I am. You need someone to do the back end, not the front end. No, the front end stays the way it is. Duals, pulls, whips, and all that sort of thing. Yeah, course. Yeah, of course. Everything is diluted at the end of the day, even though you see it in front of your face. Everything is diluted because, like I just said before, you're listening to a mate who's listening to another mate who's got a pal at Barry's garage down the high street. And it's all here, see. You see, people turned around and said to me ages and ages and ages ago. They were saying it in comments on videos. Oh, quickly. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. We've got to do the other because he told us to. Yeah. And many did. Many did what that other person had turned round and said. But that all stopped because that person realized I have 2,300 current videos. Some are short, very short. Some are 10, 20, 30 minutes. Some go longer. But that's 2,300. 2,300. My target, 3,000. Now, 3,000 get 3,000 subscribers, 2 apps up and running, third app about to happen, and the people decide. Do you think Lovable are going to help you code? I don't know. I'll ask, because like I'm going to say to them, my knowledge fits on a first class stamp. Because there is CSS I have no idea about. There is Python, again, I have no idea about. There is SQL, I've got a little bit, tiny little bit, which is an Excel spreadsheet. There is a few other different components. But my point is this. Like I said to them, if people are chucking money at a company, hey, what we got? From May, from June, from July, it comes when it comes. What I did back in March was apply pressure. March, April, and I did ask on video. That ask. The reason why I asked was because when I was growing up, me and Nana said to us, if you need help, ask. Open ya gob. Shy bends get nout. So there we go. But like I was saying the other day, we have Anthony. Got 2 Anthonys. Got Gordon and Alanga. Who else? Who else is coming through the door? Sean Longstaff now plays for Leeds. Callum Wilson could play for Leeds. Pay as you go, according to my neighbour. So-called Geordie, you're quite open that you don't have... Yeah, look. Web Development 3, so-called Geordie, yeah, is HTML5, CSS, Python, SQL, other parts, JavaScript. It has loads of stuff. I was in HTML5 because my videos show I was in HTML5. Didn't finish it, but I was there. Daz is saying, Paul, can I ask why you did not do Newcastle United content? I've done many different things. Many. I don't just class my channel as a music channel, because it's not just music. There is artificial intelligence in the channel, and I have chat to thank for that. Web3 is about blockchain, none of those things you listed. I spoke about Web3 some time ago, Bert. Go back and check the videos. At the same time, when you go back and check the videos, have a listen for Libra coin. It's important because that was stamped down hard, very, very hard, and humiliating for Mark Zuckerberg. So, yeah. Now, the hope is I've watched a few different videos which are all related. Back end. So as long as the front end and the back end will be bolted together, we'll have a .org and .co.uk, and we grow. Jeremy, the code boot camp is a different way of learning than Udemy. Udemy uses VS Code. I'm kind of used to the VS Code, and the Code Camp doesn't use it. Like my pudding. Did you ever attend adult learning convention with the job club? Nope, didn't. I think the 3 he's talking about was that it was the 3rd iteration of the course. Okay, yeah. You need to train AI though. No, I've said you work within guardrails. So I have been very, since I did that slip up with bolt.new, I have been very focused and telling it this instruction and nothing else, just that instruction, because Bolt hallucinated. Why do you know the thing that staggers me beyond anything with Bolt.new? I was telling them in messages, authentication is wrong. Now, if you're a coder and somebody gives you a flag, hashtag authentication is wrong, authentication should be really, really simple. Depending on how many years you've been studying code. Does look, over years and years and years and years, I've done many videos. I've been to St. James's Park more times than I've got fingers, toes, and hairs on my head. Okay? Some of my videos don't make anything on YouTube. Why? Because I'm showing football. That's another thing that needs to change. If a person is going into a football stadium or any kind of sport, you are showcasing what you are seeing. You should be able to make money from it. Authentication is one of the most complex things in any part of development. It shouldn't be. Here's something that's really, really complex. Takes about 6 to 8 weeks to do. Buy a new house. Yeah? You sign a bit of paper, they give you the keys. You take the key, you put it in the lock, you turn it, and you go in. Simple. But I'm still learning, mate. You can fire as many different things. You can even turn around and say, what's CSS? Not a clue. Because I didn't get at that part of the course. I just know it's needed. What's tailwind? No clue. Not a clue. I work on a principle, right? It's a simple principle. Dead simple. I'm going to show you. See that? Yeah? You see that? That's part of a song, right? That's the beginning of the song. Yeah? No one tells me. Nobody. Yeah? There's nobody here. No one. So I do what I do with a reason. I sing because I can play a guitar. I sing because I write words like you just seen on video. And I pull it together by playing notes in a combination and then singing. Right? Doesn't mean to say I can read sheet music, because I can't. I'm like Sir Paul McCartney of the Beatles. I can write a belter song, but I can't read the music other musicians can. Bert is saying, you cannot say something should be simple if you yourself have no idea what it is. That's a fair point. Fair point. But I'm willing to learn. People, when people was on about what's in a back end, SQL and a database. What's a database? Well, it's where you are, your details, put in chronological order. We did that in Clate, which is just after DOS. No floppy disks. I want to learn to become better. That's the goal. That's the mission. And that's what's going to happen. When a video is posted, yeah, like the other day, yeah, when I'm standing there and I'm singing away, yeah, that video or any video, like the songs Are You Brave Enough, Streets of Home, they may not get to the dizzy heights of the Safari video, which is 1 minute and 11 seconds. But they have a chance. And people turn around and say about, to have an album of your music, you're going to have to go into a studio. Studio is going to cost you money. Well, an art's not free. Nothing is. So using a bit of pocket money from Seeking You, from Geordie Nation, and the other, I book the time, go in, do what I'm going to do, and then they'll turn around and say, there is your CD, your record. Now, with these sites, Thomas yesterday came in to chat to say he's willing to help. That's brilliant. A lad from Sunderland is wanting to help. A lad from Newcastle upon Tyne. Brilliant. So, yeah. We will get there. We will. Benji, your comment, I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to put you in a timeout. I'm going to tell you this. Creating an app, creating anything, is not, and it never was, about that. Never was. That does not interest me. Having enough money to have a house, a roof over my head, a car to drive, so I can go and get shopping, I can go to wherever I want in a car. And I'm as happy as a pig rolling in its sty. Yeah? Now, I'll say this. This week, I'm trying to do these things, push them out the door so you can explore, tell people so they can go and do the same thing. But it was never about the money. You see, if I get, right, businesses signing up for both what you know about, both of them, yeah? If I get businesses signing up 30 or over $1,000 for a big business, I can go to the job centre and say, right, I need 5 people to man the phones. I need 3 people to do sales or more. They're going to turn around and say, well, they're going to want wages. Well, they're not going to work for free. And that's the honest truth. I want to be able to turn around and say to the staff, this mission statement. The role that you have taken is permanent. But if you want to train for something else within, you've got my blessing. And when I showed you the certificate in NVQ, etc. That is for the person who comes in, does one job, but wants another job because that other job pays a bit better pay. And on top of that, a bonus every month and a big bonus at Christmas. Is that so wrong to want to achieve that? Is that so wrong? Because if it is, that's what's coming. Right. I don't look. You're saying you want to be the boss, yeah, the important person. No, I'm just the person who's designed the system, and you know, I've designed something. It's implemented. You know, you saw something. It's just you couldn't get into it because Bolt hallucinated. Yeah, these things happen. Sometimes we get excited. I got excited the very first moment when I put the prompt in for seeking you into Bolt, and it just went. And I was like, oh my God. Because Copilot had done nothing. That was Copilot of Microsoft. It did nothing. So imagine my surprise. In GitHub, Copilot sitting there to the side. I was like, hold on. I've just asked you a question and you're here, but you wouldn't do anything. Bizarre. But that is what it is. We have somebody new. 26 underscore Newcastle underscore edits. Stop yapping! You are in my chat. Pardon me. Bert is saying, all AI hallucinates. Well, according to Christian from We Are No Code, if you focus in and put in God rails, it doesn't. Just letting you know. We've got Anadin Extra. Anadin Extra. Fools and their money are easily parted. That is very true. AI companies will rub their hands at these. Okay. There you go. Copilot isn't set up to do whatever. Yeah, well, on Microsoft Edge, I worked that one out. So, my wonderful and beautiful friends, we shall see what happens. Will Newcastle United pull their finger out? Or will one of the best players leave for foreign shores? I don't know. I want to be positive, but it's hard. So, thank you all for being here. And see you all at 7 p.m. Hopefully, we got some good news. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Thank you for being here. And spread the word.